And into this void and this kind of lack, there are Islamic parties that find themselves being sort of penetrating, and the Muslim Brotherhood. And so, of course, and on the other hand, we're talking about the Islamization. The main central party and movement that has developed is the Muslim Brotherhood. From a kind of esoteric Hassan al-Banna movement in the 1920s, it has become deployed over the entire Middle East, from the Maghreb all the way to Turkey. And we're talking, if we're enumerating various areas wherein those brothers are actually in the regime, Egypt, Turkey, where the Muslim Brothers are, and of course the Gaza Strip. They are partners in the coalition, in the government, Tunis, Morocco, Libya, and those places where they are now spiraling, and their strength is, and the gathering momentum, that is Syria, Jordan, for example, and they're even with less sort of the armed forces even. So we're talking about a strengthening of this movement, and it's not the only one that is acting actually in this region. They are dominant in everything across the board. Not only a political Islam, we're talking about nutrition, welfare, everything. They have their hands in it all. And we're talking about activities, and in those countries they have fostered, and actually before the shake-up actually happened, they'd already been working on it sort of underground and on the field. And there, the differentiation between the secular life and the Islamic fanatic light has been blurred. It is now very close. So now this is truly bubbling through everything that is happening, for example, with the Muslim Brotherhood, and it now just has to be channeled in the right way, and that is exactly what the Brotherhood is doing. Actually, from the taking of the opportunity, tapping the potential, these Muslim Brotherhood movements are acting in order to preserve two things and to strengthen two things. On one hand, to actually promote the agenda of these Muslim Brotherhood movements, and so that it would be an halachic kind of state. And this new definition of Egypt as a democratic state that is based on Ashura, on the consultancy, the religious consultancy, is actually an expression of all that, and that council. And the other one is much more strategic. On the other side, we're talking about countries that are acting in order to strengthen their stronghold in the regimes, if we're apropos democracy, so that the democracy won't easily be able to remove them and topple them the moment they have that stronghold there, as it happened in the Gaza Strip and in Turkey. But Zahar, for example, had authorities to validate, just recently, I'm not going to analyze it, to validate those laws that the Egyptian government actually legislated. And that is alongside the journalists who have been incarcerated in Egypt and Turkey and in other places, just inter alia. Now, these two trends are strengthening the Muslim Brotherhood all over the Middle East. Alongside that, the fact that these parties, headed by the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt and the Gaza Strip and Tunisia recently, they're now moving over into the driver's seat, makes them responsible. They're at the helm, they've got more responsibility. And this responsibility is translated not into little buds, but into true flowers already.